And welcome to a brand new episode of Dodgers Territory. That is Clint Pasillas. That is your boy every Tuesday evening for post game. I was not able to do it, but we are back together. I am Alanna Rizzo. I'm happy to be with you guys. Man, what a crappy last couple of series it has been for your Los Angeles Dodgers, but they're going to get back on track. Don't forget, everybody, like, subscribe, to do all the things. Don't forget, we have merchandise. Go to DodgersTerritoryShop.com and get all your gear.
Get some goodies.
Dress well, shall we not? Dress well for DT. We appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you load up the chat. Clint, what happened? Well, why? Let's get into it, my friend.
Yeah, let's chat about this a little bit before we get into that. I want to keep it positive, and we'll do that in a second. But yeah, 6-game losing skid right now. It's not a whole lot has looked pretty for this team. Of course, they're knocking on the door of winning a game, escaping Milwaukee with a dub. Unfortunately, did not work. Of course, our friend David Vassegh is joining us today on the show, so we'll ask him about where this team is at, where the struggles are at, and all that kind of stuff shortly. But this is a very, very much needed day off, and then 3 more games in San Francisco, and you have most of the team will have about 4 days off to hopefully just not think about baseball in the slightest.
Yeah, I tell you what, I agree with you. Let's put the negative aside. We're gonna be positive Patty, okay? Not negative Nancy. We're putting positive Patty in. We're gonna opt to look at something positive, and we're doing that with the installment of the DraftKings Pick 6 Player Spotlight. We very much appreciate DraftKings being part of our show. So here's the deal. This is a DraftKings Player Spotlight. Today we are shining a spotlight on the return of Tyler Glasnow. I tell you what, if you're going to take a positive lining, a positive spin, which we are doing today, why not make it Tyler Glasnow? Great to see him off of the injured list, Clint. He returned after being sidelined for 73 days with that shoulder issue. He did well. What did you like about his return?
Yeah, I mean, Glasnow, when he was right, obviously some things kind of went a little bit against him in, I think it was the second or third inning where Milwaukee scored that one unearned run. But when you're looking at what Glasnow gave this team, one, he gave me some hope. It was very nice to see 5 scoreless against a scorching hot Milwaukee lineup. That is great to see, but missed, 73 days. Came back, 85 pitches, 5 innings. The pitch count got maybe a little wonky on him, but the most important thing is he came out healthy, and it's important. That is massively important for this team because we know starting pitching feels to me like it hasn't been necessarily a massive issue for this team. Obviously, we were just talking before going live. Yamamoto didn't have his best start to open that series there in Milwaukee, but for the greater part over this stretch, starting pitching has been decent enough, keeping them in ball games somewhat. Maybe not the 18-1 against Houston, but still, that's not the problem. But to add, like I like to say, an adult, a grown-up back to the room with Glasnow, the rotation to me starting to get healthy, and that's massive for this team. What'd you like out of Glasnow?
I mean, that's the thing, right? He only gave up the one run. It was an unearned run. But what I liked about it is that it's going to help the rotation immensely moving forward. A starting rotation that desperately needs health, a starting rotation that desperately needs fresh arms that are well-rested arms. And that's exactly what you're going to get with Tyler Glasnow back. Hopefully that's what you get with Blake Snell coming back, who I believe is going out on a rehab assignment soon. We'll talk to Dave Vassegh, who's his best friend, coming up in the show to see where Snellzilla is in terms of the rehab. But if you can get some of these guys back, it's only going to help your bullpen, which I believe, Clint, is unbelievably taxed. If you have Yama, Kirsch, Glasnow, Shohei, a little bit obviously, Dustin May, Emmett Sheehan, Justin Robleski. But if you can get Snell and Tyler Glasnow back, and we'll get an update on Sasaki too, because I feel like he's like, I don't know where'd they put him? Where is Sasaki right now?
Witness protection, I think, right now.
Yeah, he's in a bubble somewhere. If they can stay healthy, I mean, that's a pretty good thing moving forward to try to get the bullpen a break.
Yeah, getting the bullpen a break. And another thing that, listen, we could sit here and, Andrew Friedman, I'm sorry, you're going to need to be busy. Your proclamation in January is not going to come true. You're going to have to be busy at the trade deadline, and to be able to stay out of the starting pitching market, I think, is massive for this team. Obviously, there's the unspoken Dodgers tax when it comes to swinging deals and all that, and Dodgers have a lot of prospects they would like to hold on to. So many teams are in the starting pitching market come this trade deadline. So to know that the Dodgers likely don't need to be active there, maybe a reliever, maybe an outfielder, maybe an infielder, wherever they end up going in that regard, to know that you have Glasnow back, it's one start, it's 5 innings, but if he's feeling good coming out of it and he could stay locked in every 5th or 6th day, it's massive for this ball club and for this front office.
It is massive. I just like the way that it feels like if these guys start coming back, then everyone kind of shifts back to where they were supposed to be, right? Coming into the season, we thought, man, what an unbelievable starting rotation. Man, what an unbelievable bullpen. Andrew Friedman won't have to do anything at the trade deadline, barring injury.
Yeah.
Guess who got a lot of injuries? The Los Angeles Dodgers. And by the way, to your point, if we don't have to focus so much on the starting pitching market at the trade deadline coming up here in a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks actually, then you can focus maybe on the reliever market, which I think is more cost effective for the Dodgers. I think the starting pitching market is going to be pretty expensive, whether that is via trade in terms of prospects or those types of things, or even, however they figure it out. I think it's going to be a much more expensive market than a relieving core market. If you can get a reliever or two instead of having to deal with maybe having a starting pitcher, I kind of like the way that plays out a little bit better. What about you?
Yeah, no, 100%. And now, knowing where the state of the bullpen is at with the news that Michael Kopech is going to be sidelined for at least a couple of weeks, maybe a month and a half, could be a September return following surgery for a meniscus tear in his, I believe it was his left knee, right knee, whatever. Any knee, it's not good for your pitcher. So having him gone, having Evan Phillips also sidelined for the year, you need to be active in that relief market, but to not have to be active in relieving and in starting. Hey, maybe Andrew got halfway there. Andrew and Brendan Gomes, they got halfway there with their, we don't want to have to make a bunch of moves at the trade deadline. They're going to have to make something. You definitely have to make
That's
something.
That's funny. Beerus Sama on the chat says, can confirm Saki is in bubble wrap. How do you know this? And are you the one holding him hostage? I'm going to need a little bit more information, Beerus. All right. So thank you to DraftKings. We appreciate you for presenting this segment on Dodgers territory. Pick 6 from DraftKings is the most fun way to play fantasy sports. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app right now. Don't waste any time, guys. Use code FOUL. That's code FOUL for new customers to get a special sign-up offer. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. All right, guys, as we mentioned, David Vassegh is going to be joining us momentarily.
We do have one more part. Give me a second, because we got to make sure we button up our DraftKings talk here. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. For additional terms or responsible gaming resources, see pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Got to lock down the legalese, Alanna.
No, that's important. I mean, honestly, like if you have a problem, there is help. Like let's not be flippant about that. So I apologize for that, DraftKings, but we do very much appreciate you being a part of the show. David Vassegh is coming up here momentarily. Good thing Dodgers can't lose today.
I feel phenomenal. The Dodgers can't lose a baseball game today. You got to love that. You're here.
Dave here already.
You hear our buddy. There he is. The real DV.
David
I'm not on the
Vassegh.
screen, so let me do this, and I'll fix that. You guys talk. Catch up.
All right, David, you're the best, by the way. Honest to goodness, and I'm not just saying this because you're a friend of mine. You truly are the hardest working human in sports television. This is a guy, everybody, if you don't know, David Vassegh covers every single game, regardless if the team obviously is on national television. So David, working obviously for AM 570, always has Dodgers talk, regardless if the team is, off, regardless if the team is on. He has Dodgers talk if the team is on national television. Radio folks work way harder than television folks. Not to mention when Kirsten Watson is off, then David fills in for her too. So this is a man of many hats who was kind enough to take the time to be with us today. David, how are you?
Oh, thank you, Alanna. We need a Rizzo cast for the Dodger games too. I like that concept. We need that out here in LA. Let's go.
Yeah, that would be fun doing an alternative broadcast for the Dodgers broadcast. Okay, Dave, what's going on? The last 6 games, nobody's panicking. At least they shouldn't be. What have you noticed?
Well, you just said it. It's a good thing. There's no game. The Dodgers didn't lose today, right, Alanna? Come on. Anyway, it is a good thing. They needed this day off, and I hope they're all getting their rest and relaxation. And I'm a big advocate that the Dodgers are one of the teams that needs the All-Star break more than anybody else. And I'm talking about Teoscar Hernandez. I'm talking about Freddie Freeman, who obviously is going to be celebrated in Atlanta, but still not major league meaningful games. Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie, Muncy could use the extra free time to hopefully get back sooner rather than later. And Mookie Betts. Yeah. Mookie Betts needs the All-Star break, not only physically, but mentally. I am so tired of taking calls on Dodger Talk after games. And every time the Dodgers lose and Mookie makes every play at shortstop, it's automatically because Mookie Betts is playing shortstop, the Dodgers have lost that game. I am so tired of taking those calls.
That is one of the things I honestly wanted to talk to you about, because don't worry, we get him here online too, DV, and everybody loves to say he shouldn't be playing shortstop. Clearly, he needs to move back to right field. That's why he's not hitting. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that he got sick, lost a bunch of weight before, right at the end of spring training, tried to ramp it back up as quick as he could to make it, at least for the domestic home opener. I think there's a little more to something with that than the shortstop, where he's actually been pretty dang good playing the position. What do you think is kind of going on with Mookie? You mentioned the mental reset as well. Is it more of just kind of giving the brain a blow? Is there something with the body? Where are we at with Marcus Lynn Betts?
Yeah, I think it's more mental. I think he needs a mental rest. I just feel like he's been chasing it, like you said, ever since the beginning of the season. He hasn't found it. I don't think he's been bad, but he certainly has been very average offensively all season long. And on this last series against the Brewers, you started to see that maybe the offense is starting to frustrate him and start to bleed into his defense, because he's starting to make uncharacteristic bad throws, at least this year, bad plays. So you just hope the offensive struggles are not starting to bleed into his defense, because you certainly can't have that happen at shortstop.
Dave, what are we doing with Michael Conforto? What's the realistic plan?
Well, what happened to my dead fish handshake? I tried to give him that magic. It didn't work out.
Saw that.
It worked for 2 weeks. It worked for 2 weeks, and then it wore off.
It's going to need more than that, apparently.
Yeah, he has until July 31st, Alanna, to show the Dodgers that he should be the starting left fielder. I know everybody keeps talking about pitching and pitching at the trade deadline. I believe the Dodgers should be looking for an outfield bat at the trade deadline. They got pitching coming. They got Glasnow back yesterday. Snell's pitching in Rancho Cucamonga today. They're going to get him back probably on the first road trip after the All-Star break. So they're getting pitching back, but they need a little bit better outfield defense, and they need a little bit more offense. And I don't know who that is. I've heard the Red Sox shop Jarren Duran and the Padres 2 months into the season. Byron Buxton's on a Twins team that's going nowhere. There's got to be somebody out there that can help the Dodgers offensively and defensively, because right now you have 2 guys in the corner outfield spots that don't cover a lot of ground. Teo's playing hurt. Conforto actually has been pretty decent in left field, but is not hitting. So I think they got to look at the outfield at the trade deadline more than pitching.
Yeah, that was one of the things, too. I think this team also needs to look at the reliever market. Obviously, you lose, we were just talking before, you joined us, losing Michael Kopech to a knee injury.
Yeah.
You don't know what to expect when if and when he returns. Evan Phillips out for the rest of the season. Right now, you got one back end of the bullpen right-hander in Ben Kasparius, who's just getting put back in that position. We saw ESPN's Jeff Passan mention Yohan Duran from the Minnesota Twins. You also mentioned Byron Buxton. It feels to me like at this deadline, it's going to be another one of those multiplayer blockbuster deals. Obviously, Andrew did not want to be active at the deadline. I'm sorry, Andrew. He's going to have to work this July 31st. But yeah, what are you thinking? Is there going to be a Duran? Is there going to be a multiple players? Is it just going to be an outfielder? What's the pulse of our favorite Dodgers insider, David Vassegh?
Well, one thing we've learned about the Dodgers in the last year and a half is that they don't go small, they go big. I mean, look at their offseason. They're going big and they're not stopping now. So I wouldn't put it past them to make a big splash. The thing is, with Duran from the Twins or a Clase from the Guardians, they're under team control at a very good cost for the next 2 years. So that's the reason why they might not be as available as people think they are, because those guys are hot commodities. And are the Dodgers really going to overpay with the most volatile spot on a roster, and that's a relief pitcher, even though they're really good? And if you look at Class A season, he hasn't been as good as he was last year. That's just the life of a reliever year to year. So if it makes sense, they will. I personally believe a guy like David Bednar makes a lot of sense for the Dodgers, and he may be more available than those other two guys. But, I'm a big fan of Ben Casparius. I think the Dodgers understand that his stuff plays up in the bullpen, and if they could just get him back in that role, I think he's going to really – I think they envision him to be that Evan Phillips type of guy.
Yeah.
David Vassegh, your boys with Blake Snell, what's the likelihood of his return in terms of a timetable, and how – I know it sounds ridiculous, but how important would it be to get him back?
Oh, huge. And he's on his way back, Alanna. The last 2 weeks I've sensed just a different type of focus and edge in him because he could see the light at the end of the tunnel. He's actually pitching tonight at Rancho Cucamonga, his first rehab start. And then with the All-Star break in the minors and in the majors, he's going to go to Arizona and pitch over there in that league. And then if all goes well there, I believe he's going out to Oklahoma City. So he's on his way back. And, with all that being said, I could see him returning by the end of July.
Is Roki Sasaki on witness protection? Where is he, and what's his progress coming back?
Hey, it looks that way. When I see him throw on flat ground at Dodger Stadium, he's got like 10 people watching him play catch. I mean, it's incredible. Blake Snell's got one guy out there. He's got like 10.
Well, yeah, Blake Snell's old news. They're like, well, we know you're coming back. Roki, we're trying to really make you into something special. I mean, is there any likelihood we see him anytime soon, David? I mean, you know this team better than anybody. What's the plan for him?
I don't know, Alanna. Dave Roberts even seems exasperated when he's asked about him. So I don't know. I don't know when he's coming back. Nobody's really given any indication. And even if he does come back, do you expect him to play a big role in October? Yeah. I'm not sure. I feel like he's just a guy that at this stage, first year, I mean, you have to give him some of that leeway. It's not like they signed him to $300 million. He's still under a minor league type of deal. So it's not like it's crippling anybody, but it is his first year. It is a huge learning curve for him. And I could see him pitching in September and pitching some innings, eating up some innings to help out the Dodger staff going into October if he does come back.
Dave, we have a question in the chat here from Bira Sama a little bit earlier. It says, crazy that all of this started when Max Muncy got injured. How big of a blow was it losing Max Muncy?
Oh, huge. I think people forget how bad the Dodger offense was without him last year and what they did at third base. I mean, it just didn't go well. And it's not just the threat of the home runs. The last 40 games before he got hurt, he had really turned into a hitter, right? Not just a 3 true outcome player. Dave Roberts had said that. And he takes a lot of pitches. He knows the strike zone. He takes his walks. So he serves such a big function in that lineup. And I'm not sure Dodger fans, even when he was struggling the first 2 months of the season, appreciated just what type of at-bat he is in that lineup and how he compensates for a lot of guys in the lineup that swing first pitch. But, I mean, he was a finalist for the All-Star game before he got hurt. Yeah. So that just tells you how good he was and how much they miss him.
Dave, I had a conversation with a couple of folks yesterday that they still believe that the National League West is the toughest division in baseball. I mean, we've seen Arizona sputter. We obviously know the Rockies are a quadruple A team, if even that. It's almost an insult to quadruple A. What do you think Is it still the NL West? Is this still the division to beat in your mind?
Yeah, for sure. I really do. You look at the Giants, you look at the Padres, the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, even without Corbin Burns, and they've been decimated by injuries that they can't recover from. They're not an easy win, and certainly can play a big part in the race going down the stretch. But yeah, it's not a situation that you want to see any of those NL West teams. The NL Central has been surprisingly better than I thought it would be. I mean, the Brewers are one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. The Cubs have the best record with the Dodgers in the NL. They look like a completely different team than what we saw in Tokyo. And the Cardinals have been more competitive than we thought they would be. So I would say the NL West is the best, but the NL Central has been the most surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, we have this in the chat. Ricardo, bring Joe Kelly back. Hey, is Joe Kelly going to be a Dodger again at some point soon? What are you thinking? What are you hearing?
No, why do people want Joe Kelly back? He's hurt. He can't pitch anymore.
They also
the dream's
can't let
over.
go of the pass.
I know. What do they love so much about Joe Kelly?
The pout, the attitude, the mariachi Joe, the always
But what
ready
baseball
to throw.
moment? What baseball moment?
Hopefully not the one with the Red Sox. I don't
Tyler
know.
Austin.
I mean, I love
Joe
Joe,
Kelly
but
Fight Club.
when you take a step back and look at his career with the Dodgers, I mean, was it that great?
No. Sorry, fans,
I love
but
Joe.
No.
But they think
I love
but they
everything
think
about
that
Joe.
Maybe he will infuse some vim and vigor into the rotate or into the bullpen. Maybe he infuses some spark. I mean, with Kopech out now, Blake Trinan's out, Evan Phillips is out. You know, it's like okay? Let's turn it this way. What's going on with Gratterall? With Bazooka?
Ooh.
I mean,
He's trending.
What are
I
we
haven't
doing?
seen Bazooka since the Dodgers were playing in Arizona, and people keep telling me there's a world where Blake Trinan and Brusdar Gratterall are back in the Dodger bullpen in August or September. So that's a great dream to keep alive right there.
It's a lot of ifs. Hey, I'm going to throw another scrap heap name then. I'm sorry, Joe Kelly. I'm not calling you scrap heap, but we saw the DJ LeMahieu, and I'm sorry. It smells, It feels like a Dodger signing right now. The corpse of DJ LeMahieu. Do you think something happens officially released today?
You know why it could happen is because they need some help depth-wise at third base and second base. He plays third base, so yeah, you're right, Clint. It would cost them nothing, and I'm sure he wants to be part of a winner. Yeah. I don't know how good he is anymore. I mean, I don't see the Yankees just letting a guy go, and I don't know. Like it's worth a flyer, I guess. He's comfortable in the NL West. He was so good with the Rockies, and like I said, with Kike on the IL, Muncy on the IL, I mean, LeMahieu could be a guy for sure.
I think the biggest thing that you mentioned is the fact that he'd come for nothing. Like the Yankees are eating the salary, so why not?
Yeah, and
why not?
The amount of people. Listen, at this point, you need some warm bodies in there. Even Kike Hernandez is down for the count right now. You don't have Chris Taylor anymore. Somebody with a little bit of positional versatility, I think, helps this team a lot. I got
maybe Joe Kelly could play third base.
Austin Barnes.
That is game. Barnes.
He could wear his mariachi jacket and play third base, and the fans would go crazy.
Alanna, that's Giants legend Austin Barnes. Come on now.
No, seriously though, let me ask you a question, David. I don't want to be like facetious about this because I love Sam. It's difficult when you cover a team as long as you have to see some of these guys part ways, right? Like it was weird to see AJ Ellis get traded or let go. It was weird to see some of these guys go to different teams. And Austin, apart from Kirsch, was the longest tenured player, that I've known covering that team. What's it like for you as a guy that's been around this club for 2 decades to see these guys get traded or DFA'd because nobody is above it. No one's above reproach. If Albert Pujols can get DFA'd by the Angels, anybody can.
Yeah, it's definitely a culture shock, Alanna, when you're around these guys every day and they've been through so much with the team. I could tell you driving home after finishing Dodger Talk the night that Austin Barnes was let go, I got a text from one of his teammates, and then he texted me when I got home to let me know. I mean, those are the type of things that happen when these shocking things happen to players that have been around for a long time. I just think the way it went down, it took everybody by surprise. After a game, Barnes is a backup catcher, and they decided to let him go. But Dalton Rushing has been definitely much better throwing behind the plate. But yeah, you're right. It is when you cover one team for a long period of time, you see a lot of guys come and go, but it's never easy. And you see a guy like Clayton Kershaw, who got so close to Barnes after being so close to AJ Ellis. Definitely kind of a shock to him and Kike and those guys that have been through it, because people never appreciated just how much Barnes meant in that clubhouse, in that dugout. When he wasn't catching, he was actually helping pitchers, like with sequencing, telling them what he saw. He was engaged and was the ultimate competitor. He had a lot of edge and was a guy that knew how to keep guys loose, knew how to put young guys in their place. So he brought a lot to the table and certainly changes the dynamic of a dugout in a clubhouse, no doubt.
David, we appreciate your insight as always. Again, like Alanna said, there's nobody who follows this team more closely. You live with these guys, you breathe with these guys. You're out there getting beat, doing running drills with Adrian Gonzalez back in the day. You're in it. You're knee deep in it. So we appreciate the insight, man. And everybody, go follow the real DV, because he's going to be the guy who breaks the big trade the Dodgers make this trade deadline. I decided, at least. If it doesn't happen,
Alanna knows I can't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that call from Alanna. I get you. We won't get you in trouble then. Just let us know, and we'll break it for you. But Vassegh, appreciate.
I'll see you in Boston. Alanna. Can't wait to see you.
Ooh,
yes, I cannot wait to see you. Give you a big old hug, David Vassegh. We appreciate you very much, my friend.
Hey guys, we'll be back after a quick word from our friends at Foul Territory.
AJ, we're in Vegas right now, and I have not had a lot of time to eat during the day. So
no.
What could we do?
I would love a Huel right now. Vanilla Huel would go down perfectly, because when I have to skip meals because I'm too busy doing what you do in Vegas, which is not eat, I need a quick replacement, and Huel is the perfect thing.
I'm a chocolate guy myself. It's got the chocolate milkshake vibes to it. If you miss a meal, Huel can be your answer. If you're looking for a big protein boost, Huel can be your answer. So go check it out. Our friends at Huel are part of today's sponsorship. They've got you covered, spelled Huel. That black edition is a complete meal to feel full, focused, and ready for your day. Little prep, basically no prep. Shake it, open it. Huel has sold over 500 million meals around the world, and now it's your turn to try it. So go to Huel.com/foul and get Huel today with the exclusive offer for the FT fam of 15% off for new customers if you use the code, you know it, FOUL, minimum $75 purchase. Get after it.
Hey guys, let me introduce you to Trooper. This little boy is about 5 months old. He's such a good boy. He was at the shelter and about to be killed just because he had a broken leg. He does not have a broken leg any longer. We got him all fixed up. He is healthy. He is happy. He is vaccinated for his age. Like I said, he's 5 months old, so he does have puppy energy. So expect that. Expect a lot of, not accidents, but, he's a puppy. So just be understanding of that and understand that type of lifestyle. We're looking for an adopter. He is being fostered right now in Southern California, but this boy needs a forever home. If you're interested in adopting Trooper, please reach out to me on social media. GuidrysGuardian.org has all of the things, much more information on there for Trooper. He's a good boy. Clint, I think you should adopt Trooper. I really do. He's the goodest boy.
We're at 2 dogs and 3 cats in the house. I think we're out of room. But if we add a wing, maybe we can add a pepperoni, because Trooper does look like a very adorable, a very good boy. They're all good.
Yes, he is. What's coming up on All Dodgers with Clint Pasillas?
Nothing tonight from me, because me and the Misso are celebrating 10 years stuck together with each other. So we're going to go out and hang out and have some drinks and some food and all that kind of fun.
10 years of no marriage. Good for you.
We've been engaged for like 7 of it. That basically counts, right? Something like that.
Yeah, congrats. No doubt. That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you much.
So when are you on next?
We will most likely do a little series preview tomorrow on the channel, but definitely live Sunday or Saturday morning, 11 a.m. has been the fun slot. We've been having a good time. Coffee and Dodgers talk. It's a whole bunch of shit talking. People call, leave their voicemails. It's the one day on the channel now we're allowing people to drop their F-bombs and everything. It's fun time, and it's just really hanging out with the chat and talking about whatever everybody else wants to talk about. So do tune in for sure. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on the All Dodgers YouTube channel. Subscribe there, do all that kind of stuff. Hit the bell so you know when we are live all the time.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather finish the first half of the season against the Gigantes, or would you rather have finished the first half of the season against the Rock Show?
Man. I just want to finish the first half of the season against any team this team could beat right now. So I guess the Rockies. They're broken. They're battered. They needed this All-Star break a week ago. Very much like coming out of that.
It's not going to be easy, Clint.
No.
They're going up against Logan Webb and Robbie Ray, but I like it. I like the challenge. I mean, this is what you want. And then they can have a few days off and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, we talked in the past. We spoke last year. We also talked to Dino Ebel about it, like the importance last season of playing meaningful games late into the season, having this challenge. And it's funny. I mean, they still have a really good lead in the National League West. It's shrinking day by day, but I mean, not really shrinking because Padres have also been playing poorly. Giants aren't really, on the balls of their feet or whatever an expression, whatever I'm going for there. They're not playing great. So just need the Dodgers to turn around. You need some good vibes heading into that All-Star break, because I would hate to stew on a 9-game losing streak when you have 4 days off. Can't let that happen.
Let me tell you something. One thing I can promise you, I don't know a lot in this world, but this is one thing I can promise you. The Dodgers on the All-Star break are not going to be stewing about losing 9 straight. They're not going to be stewing about losing 6 straight. They're going to be fine. They know that they're built for October. And by the way, Team Ruiz, I'm not talking trash about Dave Roberts. If you want to understand why Dave Roberts does certain things, go back to our spring training show. And Clint and I were the only ones that had an exclusive sit-down interview with Dave Roberts about the decisions that he made in the postseason. So stop it. All right, Clint and I are back with you guys on Sunday. We are going to be doing the post-game show on Sunday, as well as a first half of the season wrap-up. We look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it. Go to DodgersTerritoryShop.com for the merch. Like and subscribe, all that we're doing. You guys, we are nothing without you. So thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you soon. Go Dodgers.
Bye.